Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Alton and I'm so glad that you can join me. When I was approached by Kaal Watches to see if I would like to take a look at their new Multiverse series, I said absolutely. Now this watch has been out for a little while, and I think if you're interested in this watch, you've probably seen it, but I myself had to see one of these in the flesh. Now, they have three different versions of the multiverse. The Artemis is the one before us today, and it takes after the moon, and you'll see that in a second. If you haven't seen this before, wait till you see it. There's the Gaia, which is the Earth, and there is the Sol, which I believe is the Sun. So the one before us is the moon version, or the Artemis, and I think we should just dive right into this and take a look. So the watch comes in this pretty cool case. I did watch a review, and the reviewer did not like the case, but I thought, oh, that's weird, because I really kind of like it. It's kind of like you're opening treasure. Just grab it here, take it out. I'll set this neat little box off to the side, and take a look at this. What a crazy looking watch, and a cool looking, like, I can't, there's so much glass, there's so much sapphire here that I can't keep the lights out of it. I think you're gonna have to excuse me for some glare, some reflection. It just seems almost impossible under my studio lights anyway to not have some of that. Let's get the specs out of the way right away. So the case diameter is 42 millimeters, and it almost, you'd think it was a little bit bigger just because there's so much to this, but it is 42 millimeters, which is pretty wearable for most people. The lug to lug is 47, which is great for most people as well, myself included. It's 19 millimeters thick, and we'll talk about that in a minute. I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing in this instance. The lug width is 22 millimeters, so you should have many straps for this. Of course, it's 360 stainless steel. The movement in this is an NH35, and the crystal is a double domed sapphire with air coating on the underside. The case, as you can see, is a very unusual, almost, I want to say, UFO type case, but it really, really is striking. The finishing on this, now this has been passed around obviously, but the finishing is very well done from what I can tell. Brushed for the most part. Yeah, I don't really see any polished surfaces. On the lugs, there's like an etched detail as well, showing a lot of attention to detail on this guy. And there's little stars, as you can see right here. It has a signed crown, as you can see, and yeah, it's 19 millimeters thick, but I don't know, I dig it. It's a lot of that is that double dome sapphire crystal making that up, so it doesn't seem as thick as 19 millimeters would seem. Obviously, it hacks, being an NH35. It hand winds, being an NH35. And you can see that little seconds hand making its way around the moon. So the hour hand is a transparent disc with C3 superluminova. The minute hand is the northern star tip, also a C3 superluminova. And the second hand is this sweeping upright orb. That's how they describe it. So there's a 3D effect of an astronomical object, and we'll talk about the strap in a minute, but the strap is actually genuine Horween leather, and it's quite nice. I guess the question you have is, what time is it? What time is it on this watch right now? Okay, so let's tell the time. I've set the watch to 10:10. How can you tell? I think the best way is to just pull out this crown and show you what happens here. So when I turn the crown, you see that ring moves, and it moves around like this, And wherever it lines up with that arrow, that's the hour. So over here, we have the little northern star. So to set it to 10:10, all I do is line that up. And I believe, no, that's 9:10. Let's give this a go. Keep going. Okay, that should be 10:10, unless I'm mistaken, unless I've got it backwards. But yeah, I think that's 10:10. So there you go. It's really hard to see. My kids are home. We're on lockdown, so I'm not in my usual studio with the best lighting. So I'm going to do my best to kind of show you here the different details on the dial from what I can. And I really, really like that sort of space bridge that is holding the center of the moon, the pinion there. It's very well done, very well sculpted. I'm sure it's probably stainless steel, and it really looks fantastic. I like the white outer ring, the chapter ring. Very nice and clean, very legible. You will have to tilt it to certain angles to be able to see it, I think. And then just all the details. Such a cool looking watch. It really is a neat piece. One thing I did discover, put my light down, is that it does have a ghost date. So NH35, right? It's going to have that date there. And then, of course, it hacks being an NH35. It's hard to tell, but it's the hour chapter ring is very sparkly. Very, very cool. Just lots of attention to detail on this thing. I really, really, really dig it. The strap, take a look at that. Horween leather is my favorite leather. Wearing Horween leather shoes right now from Thursday Boots, and they're very nice. Has a bit of a little peek into the movement there, and then the Kaal Watch and the Multiverse logo, which I think is really, really cool. And I'm not a Sanskrit scholar, but according to Kaal Watches, Kaal is the word in Sanskrit that means time. And so that's actually a pretty cool name for a watch. Have you ever sat down and tried to think about what you would name your watch company? And it's not an easy thing to do. So, moans and niggles, as my favorite reviewer would say. I don't have any moans and niggles for this thing because it is so unique. It's so out there. It's really hard to critique it. I mean, it's exceptionally well done. It's well finished. It seems well made. I really like that domed sapphire crystal. We'll put it on the wrist for a second here, and you'll just see that it wears in an interesting way as well. I mean, it definitely has wrist presence, but it is not an overly large watch. Now, today I happen to be wearing a long sleeve shirt, so we're going to try it on the long sleeve shirt and see if it will slip under my cuff. All right, here it is on my wrist. It's a little bit loose on this Horween strap. It's not that well worked in, but with my 8-inch wrist, let's see, I can get up to the third last hole, which is pretty good. Not too shabby. That second keeper will be useless for me. But yeah, there you go. Check that out. Like it doesn't wear bad. The lug to lug isn't that long. It's only 42 millimeters. So besides being tall, and I think in this case it's actually an asset. Let's see. Ready for the shirt cuff? Yeah, you can do it. Not that I would. This is the Multiverse from Kaal Watches. Definitely a very, very cool watch. I think the only thing that might give you pause is that it's $699 with an NH35. For some of you, you might say, ooh, yeah, NH35, that much money. But I gotta tell you, if you like this thing, if this appeals to you, if it interests you at all, look for a discount code, maybe hit them up because it's very well made, very interesting, and like a watch I just recently reviewed, I can guarantee you will not find anybody walking down the street wearing this watch. Well, I would like to thank Alvin at Kaal Watches, and I'd like to thank all of you for watching. I'm going to pass this watch along to the next reviewer, so look for that. And if you feel like liking and subscribing, it really does go a long way to propping up my fragile ego. Have a great day.